Advance. New York, Vegas, Albuquerque. From groceries to getaways, redeem your way. Apply for your global credit card now at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
Hey, Ron.
Gary.
William. Ron.
Gary.
Hey.
Okay, we got that out of the way. What's on your mind?
I don't think people should pay their bills.
That sounds
illegal.
Let me finish. I don't think people should pay their bill until 2027 for a brand new system from Alaskan AC.
Wasn't this my idea last month?
Yes, but this is this month, and it's my idea.
Hard to argue that logic.
Okay, so the message is simple. Get a brand new heating and air system
Installed neatly in just one day.
With AeroSeal duct sealing.
And inspected 5 ways to Sunday.
all of it, and make no payments till 2027.
With approved credit. I'm the disclaimer guy.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now what?
No need to complicate things, right? Start this year out with a shiny new heating and air system.
And no payments for a full year.
Seems like we're forgetting something.
No, I did the disclaimer thing.
Can't put my finger on it.
Oh, schedule now at alaskanac.com.
That's it.
Can't forget that part.
Have you tried my Colombian tamales?
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are way better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt, tamales deserve Pepsi. No matter what tamales you love, enter for a chance to win a year's worth of groceries. Powered by Pepsi. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or over. Ends April 5th, 2026. Rules at pepsipromo.com/free groceries. Pepsi is a registered trademark of PepsiCo.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe, Phoenix. And KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, choose the attorneys at Sweet James. They help you navigate the legal process and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. Free case review. Help available 24/7. Hablamos Español. 809-million. 809-million. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tickhavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
Low T? Start for free for a limited time. Get prescription testosterone therapy with no startup fee. Only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Prescription testosterone gives you more energy, stamina, and it'll help you lose weight and lose that dad bod for good. You'll also think better, sleep better, and your love life will be better. Look, don't be fooled. Nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. So skip the gimmicks and get prescription strength testosterone now at Red Mountain Weight Loss. It's a game changer. So don't wait. If you've got low T, get started for free. Meet with a board-certified medical provider online with no waiting from the convenience of your home or office. Book today and feel like yourself again. Only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone. Keyword Red Mountain. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone. Real doctors. Real results.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
They could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Hey, basketball fans, Tom Chambers here reminding you that just like in a game, you need a solid defense for your home. And that starts with a reliable roof from Right Way Roofing. Hey, Lori, as owner of Right Way Roofing, what sets you apart from the competition?
Our team tackles any roofing challenge from shingles to tile to foam roofing. We'll make sure your roof wins against the toughest opponents, rain, wind, and even those scorching summer days.
Make Right Way Roofing your MVP.
We're Right Way Roofing and we do it right. We'll always keep you watertight.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Meineke always treats your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke's certified technicians will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care. Schedule an appointment at Meineke.com. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe, Phoenix. And KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
It's a Friday edition of the program. The lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert, producer Evan, hanging out with you here today. Boy, we have already had a morning for us both. Producer Evan, how are you today? And I hate to alarm you, but we have a major problem in my studio.
Oh, no.
Major problem.
Oh, no.
Okay? Because this is now the second time in a very short amount of time that I'm going to need you to do this. But I'm going to show you.
Marker.
I don't have the red Sharpie. So if you don't mind running to my office, just turn your microphone off.
I thought you were going to tell me you couldn't hear me.
No. Everything's good.
And that was going to be a big issue.
Everything's good. I can hear you. I've got all the buttons working in here. Everything's fine. But we have a severe lack of the red Sharpie. And to be honest, to be transparent with the listening audience, we haven't needed the red Sharpie in a little bit. So it hasn't been close to the board here. I got my traditional yellow one that I use. I've got the backup blue one. We saved the red one for when we break out the schedule. And producer Evan at some point, I think, is just going to barge into my studio with the Sharpie so that we can get on with the rest of the program. I don't even feel comfortable hitting the daily special sounder until I get the Sharpie. So here it is. I've got the red Sharpie. It's been handed to me. Now we can get this program on the road because, yes, the Phoenix Suns back in the win column last night. We start this Friday right. We're partying, baby.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
Oh, yeah. We're back. Ending February on a good note. A 113-110 win over the Los Angeles Lakers. Winning the season series. The Suns have now won 3 of the first 4 matchups. And we get to end this awful month of February with a red W. Only the 4th one this month for the Phoenix Suns, but boy, we'll take it. And it was everything you wanted to see from the Phoenix Suns last night. We asked yesterday, hey, can you score more than 85 points? Can you play Phoenix Suns brand of basketball? And maybe it was us coping with the struggles that the Suns have been going through, but we even said, hey, we don't need a win. We don't need you to win the game, but can you just show us the old version of the Phoenix Suns that has gone missing over the last couple of games? Can you just throw it back to, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago? And they did more than just that. They were competitive in the game, and they found a way to close things out. They had a double-digit 10-point lead late in the fourth quarter. It got a little close. It got a little tight, but it was Royce O'Neal knocking down the big shot as the Phoenix Suns beat the Lakers. And as Michael says, always fun to beat LA. Always fun to beat the Lakers. And you've done it 3 times this season. You've played competitive in all 4 games. And I will tell you, I got nervous last night. I got nervous late in this game because by the time the midway through the fourth quarter rolled around, about 7 minutes or so left in the game, you knew that the Suns had checked the important box of, okay, they look back, right? They're fighting, they're gritty, they're scrappy, their shooting is good, right? I think they ended the game last night, 22 3-pointers. 22 of 50 from behind the three-point line, 44%. They had a good night shooting. It was a return to form from the Phoenix Suns. So by the time the fourth quarter rolled around, it was not a rehash of the Boston game where they were competitive. They kept it close in the first half, but they just didn't have the horses in the second half. They were in the game. But I will tell you where I got nervous. When this game got tied late with under 2 minutes to go and it was back and forth, you just started to worry. Who's going to close this game out for the Phoenix Suns? Who is going to take that final shot? You knew who was going to get the ball on the other end. It's going to be in Luka's hands. If not, it's going to be in LeBron's hands. You knew where the ball was going to go late for the Lakers, right? When they needed key buckets, they were going to give it to Luka, especially since he dropped 41 points last night. They just kept giving him the basketball, right? You know where the ball's going to go. But for the Phoenix Suns, late in that game, you don't have Devin Booker. You don't have Dylan Brooks. Jalen Green struggled again last night. Who can you turn to in these moments? That's the question I had with about, 3 minutes to go left in the game. How are they going to close this out? And I'll be honest, I was listening. My daughter had a softball scrimmage last night. I was listening to the end of the game on the way home. And I'll tell you out loud in the car, I said, they're not winning this game. Now, I said it just to myself. No one else was in the car. I was like, they're not going to win this game because I just didn't know who they could pass the ball to, who they could give the ball to in the final moments. And Grayson Allen started the possession. It got to Royce O'Neal. He hit the 3. And the Phoenix Suns picked up a 113-110 win that, boy, just allows everybody to breathe a sigh of relief. They look better. They played better. And again, that was Cope yesterday, us saying, just play more competitive. Oh, a loss would have stung. A loss would have hurt. 3 in a row, just the month of February ending in a disaster. It would have hurt to have to talk about a loss today on the show. But we don't, because the Suns did great. And I'll tell you this is why you can't just look at box scores and talk about a game, because you look at the box score for the Phoenix Suns, and it doesn't read like a box score of a team that won a game last night.
It's hard to look at that.
4 points in 13 minutes for Mark Williams. 9 points in 24 minutes for Jalen Green. 2 of your starters combined for 13 points. Ryan Dunn added 10 points in 26 minutes. It doesn't read like a box score of a team that won the game last night, but that's why you got to go beyond the box score, because there's so many hustle plays in this game. Somebody that we're going to shout out here today on the program. What a night last night for Rasheer Fleming. It's not going to show up a ton in the box score, but he was great last night. Grayson Allen was great off the bench, knocking down 6 threes. Colin Gillespie with another 20-point performance. I mean, they just got the performances that you kind of took for granted in the early part of the season. And Colin Gillespie said as much after the game. I was listening to the radio postgame, and he said, we just got back to who we were as a team. That, over the last couple of days, we've just been preaching our identity. Getting back to that. Doesn't matter who's in the lineup. Doesn't matter who's not in the lineup. Us being the team that we were 2-3 weeks ago, 2 months ago, the entire season. And yeah, that's really all it was. These 2 games against Portland and Boston, the reason why they were so difficult to watch, why the results stung so much, is it looked like a totally different basketball team. Last night was a return to form, knocking down the 3-pointers. You have your role players, your bench players coming through for you. You got a big performance out of Colin Gillespie, and you found somebody that was able to knock down that final shot for you to win that game. Surprised they didn't go for the foul, up 3 with 0.9 of a second to go. They allowed a pretty open look to send the game to overtime. I don't love that, but it's a win nonetheless for the Phoenix Suns, and one that they needed, because you look up at the standings, this is the team you're chasing. And I don't want to open that door again with the way February ended, because they only had 4 wins in the month of February. But this is the team you're looking up at. You've beaten them 3 of 4 this season. You've got one more meeting, and these 2 matchups, long before we got to last night, we circled them and said these ones are going to be important. And without Devin Booker, without Dillon Brooks, you found a way last night.
You found a way, and you kind of put a bookmark on a bookend on what was the worst month of your season. And just to finish it with a win, doesn't it feel so much better?
Well, yeah, because
you step back, you get a breath.
Yeah, because you now have a couple of days off. They don't play again until March 3rd. The schedule softens up at the beginning of March. I mean, you're at Sacramento. It's the worst team in the Western Conference. Chicago, they're not the worst team in the Eastern Conference, but they're playing like it. They've lost 11 in a row. That's a team that you get to play at home next week. New Orleans, just in front of Sacramento. And then Charlotte, who is a pretty decent team. They're the 10 seed. They're 2 games below 500. Not a single team that you're going to face here over the next 4 has a winning record. So, yeah, that win yesterday, that win last night, it matters. We talked about it yesterday. This is how you start a run at a point where you desperately need a run, because, again, I'll open the door just a crack. You're only 1 game behind this Los Angeles Lakers team. We said, hey, you got to focus on, keeping Golden State at bay. You beat the Lakers last night. That's a huge swing for you. To now all of a sudden you are 1 game out without Devin Booker, without Dillon Brooks, Jordan Goodwin sideline. You don't have your full 100% complement of players. You are still within striking distance of the Lakers. Your next 4, the worst team in the Western Conference, the worst team currently in basketball, the second worst team in the Western Conference, who's 18-42, and a below 500 Charlotte team. That's what you have. The Lakers, their next 4, I don't have their schedule up here, but I'll bring them up for you. You got the Warriors, you got Sacramento, New Orleans, and Denver. Their next 4, a little harder than yours. So just a huge, huge, massive win last night, and you just love to see the Suns bounce back the way that they did. Knocking down threes. I mean, it helps when you have a good shooting night, right? It helps when you can knock down 44% of your threes. That's always going to help. That's kind of the get right, the magic elixir. But the gritty, the toughness, the defense, Fleming was great last night. They just played good, cohesive team basketball, and they had gone away from that the last couple of nights. Their offense had been a trouble spot because of it. Last night, a return to form, 113. Royce O'Neal knocks down the big 3 to win it. You're 1 game back of the Los Angeles Lakers. You got through the hardest month, worst month you've had of the season. You haven't lost any ground in the race for the 7 seed. You've held on to that spot. You're within 1 game of the Los Angeles Lakers. And so it could have been much worse. It also could have been a lot better, but you survived. The schedule opens up. The hope is that you get healthy. And now, as we said yesterday, you can put February behind you. Put it in the rearview mirror.
It's over.
It's over. It's done.
It's over.
Don't
and
have
I've
to worry
never
about it
felt
anymore.
better to get out of February. Never felt better.
Yeah, I mean, it just...
And it's just, it's for everybody involved, but it's the worst month.
Yeah, they went 2-4 in October. They only played in 6 games. This month, they went 4-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They went 4-7 in the month of February. I mean, it's been their worst month of the season. And it's funny how they go 4-7 in the month of February, and there's a world where they win their first 4 games in March. Just to show you how difficult the schedule was in February and how bad the results were, there's a decent chance that they win the first 4 games of March. By the way, clear your schedules next Tuesday. We got a 9 o'clock start. Don't know if you're aware of that, producer Evan. We got a 9 p.m. start next Tuesday at Sacramento.
Wow. That's terrible.
Game will be over, what, 11:30 midnight?
Yeah. It's a late night. And that's a Tuesday, you said?
That's a Tuesday, yep.
That's tough.
It's the latest start they'll have the rest of the way. Well, we had one of those earlier in February. It was at Portland.
We did. How do you even get to 9? I guess because nationally televised in Portland.
That one was on NBC. Yeah, this one against Sacramento was also on NBC. And remember, until next Sunday, Sacramento and Portland are an hour behind us. So out there, it's an 8 o'clock local start, which is what you, I guess, normally have. Although last night it was a 7 o'clock start here.
No, it's typically a 7 o'clock local start if you're not on national TV. If you're on national TV, then it becomes an 8 p.m. local start.
Right. Well, and that's what it is because
it's an 8 p.m. local start, an hour behind us, which gives us the perfect start.
Yeah, of 9 o'clock on Tuesday. So start brewing the pot of coffee now.
Do you imagine if they ever added a team in like Hawaii, you need to play like 3 hours behind?
No, they can't do that. Because what it's those games would like kick off football. Those games would tip off at what, like 10, 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Could you imagine? We do midday radio.
But
could you imagine being the morning guys?
I know.
That's
but
tough.
You and I grew up when your baseball team's out here, like 10:30 first pitch. I've done that.
Oh, living on the East Coast, being a fan of an East Coast team, when they go out for the West Coast swing, those games start at 10 o'clock. And I can remember late at night, everybody else in the house being asleep. And I've got, the Mets broadcast on because, I'm watching them play the Padres.
Yeah, I remember like being in high school and watching, like Phillies at Giants on like a Tuesday night. It just started and it's 10:30.
Right. So we've got that coming next week. It's the latest start we're going to have the rest of the way. I do peep a couple of 8 p.m. starts later in March and in April. But yeah, what a great win last night for the Phoenix Suns. They looked better, they played better, and they got the result. It was the perfect trifecta. And again, it was a great shooting night. Colin Gillespie with a big game. Royce O'Neal knocks down the big shot. Grayson Allen with 28 leading the way off the bench. Just everything you wanted to see from this Suns team last night. And now they can put February in the rearview mirror and they can focus on what is, I'm going to say it right now, it's got to be at least a 3-1 stretch. You've got to take advantage of the schedule opening up because there is a lengthy road trip on the other side of it that is going to present its fair share of challenges, especially if this team's not 100% healthy. So the schedule opens up. They've got to take advantage of it. Would love to hear from you today on the program. Good point over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream from our guy, Eric. 9 o'clock really just means a 9:15 start because we're not starting on time. So again, start brewing the coffee now. The phone number, 480-864-1060. That's one way for you to join us. And the aforementioned KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream where you can chat away with us as well. When we come back, they said they weren't publicly releasing them. Well, they leaked yesterday, and it's bad news for the Cardinals. That's next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
Sometimes the great ones just keep getting greater. 7-time Grammy winner Gladys Knight has rolled out hit after hit over her illustrious career. Don't miss Gladys Knight Saturday, March 7th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. Brought to you by Danny Zalisco Presents.
You won't believe everything I just saw. I went to Disneyland, and it was the 70th celebration. First, I went to Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live, and I danced with Goofy. At night, I saw this parade. Everything was glowing. Sorcerer Mickey was there, and Lightning McQueen. Oh, then I went to this giant water show with all the Inside Out characters. And I was like, whoa. And then my parents were like, whoa. Oh, and guess what? Bluey and Bingo are coming for real life.
Make memories that last a lifetime during the 70th celebration with Paint the Night Parade, World of Color Happiness, and Bluey's Best Day Ever. Coming soon. Save with Good Neighbor Hotel packages starting at $164 per person per night on select days through March 31st, 2026. For a party of 4 adults, including 2-day, 1-park-per-day tickets and a 3-night stay at a select Good Neighbor Hotel in a deluxe room. Total price $1,960. Visit Disneyland.com/GoodNeighborHotels for details.
The Renaissance Festival is back. Weekends now through March 29th. Be ready to have a great time. Amazing adventure awaits the entire family. New shows, shopping, jousting nights, non-stop feasting. Leave your cares behind. Happiness reigns at the Renaissance Festival. It's fun and affordable. Visit now through March 29th. Discount tickets available at Bash's. Online at arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bash's, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness. Huzzah!
Here to Rumble Park, watching UConn break St. John's face last night was really something. Right before that game, I had a great conversation with former NBA great Jamal Mashburn, who, of course, played for Rick Pitino in Kentucky. He said he thought that this year might be Pitino's best work ever, only to see St. John's go out and miss their last 24 shots of that game and have Pitino suffer his worst loss since arriving in St. John's. Now, juxtapose that with his counterpart, Dan Hurley, who has his guys playing their best ball when it matters most. And while he may not have gotten that three-peat that he was so obsessed with, he absolutely has them positioned to win 3 in 4 years, which would still be a dynasty. He was also obsessed with that. Either you're a Dan Hurley person or you're not. Personally, I love the guy. He's a future Hall of Famer who made a Hall of Fame decision when he turned down the LA Lakers, because as hot as he runs, that decision and that team would have put him in the ground. That legend is perfect right where he is. I'm Jim Rome. And remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome.
O'Reilly.
Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard Select oil filter for $36.99. Limits apply. See store for details. Trust our professional parts people to recommend the products for your next oil change. Visit your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high, rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all American smart money uses to hedge against instability. Monetary Gold has been around since 2000, witnessing multiple economic setbacks. If you call now, Monetary Gold will cover up to a lifetime of your IRA fees on qualified accounts. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Boy, the NFL owners must be kicking themselves. And I could have told you that this was exactly how this was going to play out. Because if you remember, I don't know, a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, we learned that the NFLPA was not going to publicly release the report cards grading each individual franchise. grading the coaching staffs, the facilities, the treatment of families, the travel, the owner, all that stuff, right? They weren't going to publicly release that. The NFL won a grievance against the PA for releasing those publicly. And so the PA said, all right, we're still going to collect this data for our members and for ourselves, but we'll not release it publicly. And everybody thought, oh, what a win for the owners. What a win for Woody Johnson and Michael Bidwell and all these owners that complained about these report cards being put out there and their organizations being put on blast. Well, yesterday, the NFLPA report cards just so happened to leak to the media. So the owners got their win. There's no website available for us to go look at all of these grades, but they got leaked anyway. And this is the ultimate case of the Streisand effect. You talked about it, you said you didn't want these out there, and you made it worse for yourself by doing so. If you would have just let this continue, you would have had bad PR for a couple of days and you would have been able to move on. But this is now just a story that everybody pays attention to. And when you look at the NFLPA report card for the Arizona Cardinals, it continues to share a trend that they had last year. Now, maybe, perhaps, Producer Evan, a round of applause. The Arizona Cardinals not 32nd. They've moved up to 31.
I mean, that was big.
I mean, that's huge. You know what? Give me the sounder. Let me present this the right way. Give me the breaking news sounder for this. This is very, very important stuff here.
Sorry, give me a second due to us fixing the rotators. In between the last break.
Okay. We're going through it today on a Friday. The Arizona Cardinals, now 31st in these NFLPA report cards. It's not great. I'll read you the grades. You've probably already seen them. Treatment of families, D+. Training room, D+. Locker room, F-. I didn't know you could get worse than an F. I thought it was just an F. You can go F-. I guess an F- is better than an F because it goes A-, A+, right? Or is it A-, A+? How does the I've been out of school so long.
It's A+ is the best you can get.
And then is it A and then A-?
Yes.
So A- lower than an A.
A- lower than
so
an A.
F- lower than an F.
Yeah, I didn't know you could go that low. I gotta be honest with you. Didn't even know that was great.
No, I didn't know we can go that low.
I thought it was D- was the last minus you could get.
Right.
And then F is just you failed.
Yeah, but looking at this, Josh Weinfish had a good tweet recapping the last couple of years for the Cardinals. A lot of F- on this. D+ training room, D+ weight room, C+ defensive coordinator, C+ team travel, F for team ownership. F. Now, they did have some Bs. The head coach got a B+. General manager got a B. Special teams coordinator got a B. Offensive coordinator B-. Position coaches B+. Strength coaches B-. Training staff B-. The home game field is a B. The nutrition dietitian was a B. So it wasn't all terrible. But the team owner still ranked an F. The facilities, the locker room, the training room, D+, F-. Boy, they need that new facility to be built. And we know that grade is going to stay that low until the new facility is built in 2028. But the problem is the team ownership column. The 4 years they've been doing this. 23, F for team ownership. 24, F for team ownership. 25, D- for ownership. 32nd overall for all of the grades. 26, back to an F. I believe Michael Bidwell is the only owner to get an F. I believe out of all the owners that were ranked in this survey, I believe he was the only owner to get an F. That's not good. That's the disaster. That's where it's a problem. That is where you have a major red flag that you were unable to fix. Unless Michael Bidwell's all of a sudden going to figure it out. The Cardinals, the lowest grade, an F. The teams in front of them, Bengals, D+, Bucks, D, Steelers, D-. You've got the Jets, considered one of the worst organizations in the sport, right? Woody Johnson got a B. A B. The Raiders got an A. The Dolphins got an A.
The Dolphins win again. Dolphins come in first again.
Overall, they came in first again. Yeah. Surprisingly, did you see who was last?
No.
Pittsburgh Steelers, 32 out of 32.
Really?
Why? Mainly their facilities. They apparently in the locker room have 5 bathroom stalls. It's a 53-man roster. Plus the inactives. Plus the coaching staff.
We got to work on that.
The stall to personnel ratio, higher than you'd like it to be.
Listen, great run organization. Feels like they have a lot to work on here.
I got to tell you, seeing the grade yesterday of them being 32nd and seeing some of the quotes, do you know what it really made me feel? Mike Tomlin deserves even more credit than he already gets.
Yeah.
I mean, he was keeping that thing afloat, keeping that thing together. The ability of that franchise to pump out winning seasons despite a bad roster and apparently the worst facilities in the sport is incredible to me.
Is more impressive than it was 3 days ago.
But the top line takeaway is the Arizona Cardinals continue to be viewed as one of the worst organizations in this sport. And it all stems at the top. It all stems from the owner. And look, I did a rant. You weren't, were you here last year when I did this rant? I don't remember. I did an NFLPA report card rant last year.
Would have been a little before me.
The report, because your 1 year's coming up in April.
Correct.
So this is around the time
I think
the report.
April 1st was my first day, actually.
So usually these report cards are already leaked by now. So I don't think you were here for this. I went on. I still think it's our most viewed video on YouTube, where I just went off on Michael Bidwell and the organization for this report card and just it just being an absolute embarrassment. I don't want to yell as much as I did last year because I know they're building a new facility, and that new facility is going to solve a lot of these grades, I think. So unfortunately, you kind of just have to take your lumps here that these are the grades you're going to get. Now, by the way, Michael LaFleur I think he got graded an A on the Rams report card. So that's an encouraging sign. And also, to tie in,
Jonathan Gannon didn't get that bad of a score.
No, but more importantly, the general manager got a B. And so earlier in the week, we talked about the did they or didn't they talk, Kyler Murray and Monty, right? And I said, I don't think this is a big deal. I think it's a one-off. I think it is an outlier to the rule. The B grade that the team gave Monty tells me that they have a pretty decent relationship with their general manager.
I thought that for a while. I think it is where it ranks. Like, part of it is where do the other GMs sit?
Okay,
because
I can give you that.
Nick Sirianni got like an A- as a coach or something like that, right? I believe. But like where he ranks among the other coaches is in the middle of the pack.
The great chart here that I'm seeing from ESPN. You want to know the GMs?
Yeah, the general managers. Where does B sit among the GMs?
The B. A lot of A's, a lot of A minuses, a lot of B's, B pluses, B minuses. So the teams that are lower graded in the GM department than Arizona: Pittsburgh a C plus, Cleveland a C, Cincinnati a C, the Giants a D plus, and that's it. Everybody else is in front of the Cardinals, and they're like, a bunch of B pluses, a bunch of A minuses. The standalone B for the Cardinals is outside of the top, I would say 20. Just looking at this,
it's interesting.
A lot of A's, like the Miami Dolphins A minus, Washington A, Minnesota A, Seattle A, Houston A minus, Jacksonville A minus, Denver A, Detroit A minus, Baltimore A minus, San Francisco A minus. Like a lot of A's. Now there's no A pluses, but a lot of A's.
That's why I always think it's interesting.
Their overall rank among front office, which includes the F for ownership, puts the Cardinals at tied for last with the Steelers. I'm just giving you the context.
Yeah.
So he wasn't graded poorly, but compared to the other GMs, he's towards the back half. And so this is it's a reputation. It's a perception that the Cardinals, unfortunately, are not going to be able to shake until this new building is built, the new training facility is put together, and they start winning football games, right? If Mike LaFleur can come in here and be a good coach and turn things around and the results are there, I think you'll start to see some of these grades change. And unfortunately, when it comes to the facility, there's nothing they can do until the new training facility is built in 2028 or built by 2028. So you just kind of have to take these lumps. But yeah, the one big thing that can change today, Michael Bidwell can change who he is as a person. Will he? I don't know. But he's an F. He's graded as an F from an ownership perspective. That doesn't include the facility. That doesn't include the locker room. That is just how the team feels, his willingness to win, the investment, and all that stuff. That is the way he is perceived. That hasn't changed. That is the big problem here. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the Friday edition of the program. When we come back, he struggled last night. Should we be concerned? That's next, the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
When your average fan goes to an NBA game, it doesn't matter if it's game 1 or game 82. Everyone healthy should be on the court getting 110% max effort. We've seen what a player like Victor Wembanyama could do to a franchise. All the greatest of the greats, when they hit the franchise, their team becomes an instant playoff team. I hate when players that are healthy are not playing in a regular season game.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
The other day, I couldn't find my belt, and my wife found my belt, and as she brought it to me, she said, "Where would you be without me?" And I wanted to say, exactly here without the belt. In fact, I would have the belt because I would know exactly where it was in yesterday's pants on the floor. But now, we're not allowed to leave yesterday's pants on the floor, so I need a National Treasure-style map to find my one lousy belt.
Seth Meyers, live on stage, Saturday, March 14th, Talking Stick Resort. Tickets are on sale now at TalkingStickResort.com.
Hey, it's Phil Shaver with HomeSmart, and I want to buy your house. I'm a local investor that buys homes for cash all over Maricopa and Pinell County. I buy inherited homes, nice homes, rental homes, homes that are behind on mortgage payments, and I even buy ugly homes that need fixing. Also, are you looking to get closer to market value for your house? As a licensed realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
Santana, Oneness Tour 2026. The power, the energy. Come celebrate your favorite hits from Woodstock to Supernatural and beyond with very special guest, the Doobie Brothers. Friday, August 14th, Mortgage Matchup Center. On sale now at livenation.com. Santana and Doobie Brothers, Oneness Tour 2026.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
You may think you know drag racing, the chills, the speed, iconic moments, but this season, it hits different. 75 years in the making. The crowd's locked in, waiting for that moment. The moment of realizing you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Whether you're a longtime fan or feeling earth-shaking horsepower for the first time, you're part of the story now. Expect the unexpected March 20th through 22nd when NHRA roars into Phoenix. Get tickets at NHRA.com today.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Congratulations to the Seahawks, who dominated the Patriots 29-13. Although it's an interesting way to say dominating the Patriots, because it certainly felt that way. But it was one of those games where I kept thinking, is New England going to steal this? This great defensive performance by Seattle will be wasted by a couple of plays, but give credit to Seattle. They came up with big plays when they needed to.
Weekdays, 7 to 10 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
It was a rough night last night for one member of the Phoenix Suns. 9 points on 24 minutes, 4 from 15 from the field, 1 for 7 from behind the three-point line, and the lone three-pointer was a bank shot as the shot clock was expiring. It was another rough one last night for Jalen Green. It has been an uneasy season just on the injury front for Jalen Green. Has only played in 12 games this season. But if you just look at his last three, 13 points in 22 minutes against Portland, 13 points in 26 minutes against Boston, and 9 points in 24 minutes last night. And you would hope that he could be the guy that steps up to replace some of the offensive void that is left with both Dylan Brooks and Devin Booker on the shelf, but you're just not seeing that right now. He had the 26 points in the loss against San Antonio coming out of the break, and we were encouraged by that. We thought that could be a sign of things to come. Hasn't scored 20 points since, and was a struggle last night to the point where late in the game, right, I mentioned in the open, worried about who's going to get the last shot. I thought to myself, well, it can't be Jalen Green with the way that he's playing. He didn't feel comfortable with the ball being in his hands. I don't remember in the last couple minutes of the game his name being uttered on the radio broadcast. Like, I don't remember his name being brought up. I'd love to see the minutes breakdown of how much he actually played in the fourth quarter, because it was another rough night. And I don't want to be, negative Nancy on a day which the Suns won a game last night, and they're one game back of the Lakers. They got out of this month. This could be the start of a nice little winning streak for this team. Yes, lots of positives, but that was a really rough performance last night in what has been a string of these rough performances for Jalen Green, when he's the guy we all look to. He's the guy that you point to and say, that is the guy that might be able to get us through this stretch. And whether it's because he's still trying to get his legs underneath him, whether it's because he's just been in and out of the lineup, whatever the case may be, he has not been able to be that guy for the Phoenix Suns yet this season. And it's worrisome. Now, I usually go to Pro Basketball Reference for this to break down the minutes by quarter. Producer Evan, I don't know if you can see this. They're saying nobody played for either team in the fourth quarter.
No, I know. So now I'm on ESPN.
Website's just broken.
I'm on ESPN trying to find it.
I don't think ESPN does it. You think NBA.com does it? You think they've got the breakdown?
They might.
I just don't. Again, it's different when you're watching the game because you can see him out there. I was listening to the end of the game on radio driving home, but I don't remember hearing his name. So just off of that, I'd be surprised if he played more than 5 minutes.
It was limited minutes.
If we really want to do this, I can check the box score. Like, we can really go play-by-play here in the fourth quarter. So all quarters. I want just the fourth quarter here. This is riveting radio. This is what you come to expect on a Friday edition of the program.
This is riveting radio.
So I don't see him in the game. Jalen Green enters the game for Grayson Allen, 9:34 in the fourth quarter. So let's just keep that in mind. Okay, write that down somewhere. 9:39 in the
9:34 or 9:39?
9:39 in the fourth.
Okay.
Now I need to see when we make a substitution, if we make one. Jalen Green personal foul. Substitution. Grayson Allen enters the game for Jalen Green with 5:27 to go.
It's about about 4 minutes.
He played
and 12
4
seconds.
minutes and 10 seconds. If he doesn't come into the game again, and I don't remember him being in the game after that, he doesn't play the rest of the game. No, I don't see him in here the rest of the game.
4 minutes and 12 seconds.
He played 4 minutes and some change in the fourth quarter of that game. In the fourth quarter. He played 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. This is a guy who is viewed as the second best option you have on your team. And Jordan Ott, I think making the correct decision last night, said that dude can't be on the court in a close game. Wasn't like they were blowing him out and you use this as a chance to get Jalen Green some rest and, keeping him healthy because you're managing all these injuries. No, nothing like that. He was ineffective. And at this point of the game, he might actually be a negative for us. He's going to sit the final 4 minutes and 27 seconds of a close game. What was the score at that point when he comes out of the game? I got to scroll back up to see. But with 4:27 to go, when he comes out, the score of the game is with 5:27 to go. The Suns are up 101-91. They've got a 10-point lead. Lakers come storming back at no point. Does Jordan not look to the bench and say, get me Jalen Green out there? Final possession of the game, Jalen Green not out there. I think it's fair to be concerned about what we're seeing to the point where last night he was not deemed an effective enough player to be on the floor when the team needed him. Because the game is close. The game is tied with 22 seconds to go. You call a timeout. You set things up. You don't sub him back on the floor because Jordan Ott felt like in that moment, Jalen Green is one of my 5 best. That's what he said in that moment last night. Jalen Green, at least tonight, is not one of my 5 best.
That's how he felt.
I can't blame him.
I don't blame, exactly what I was about to say. I don't blame him for making that move whatsoever. That was the correct move last night. Jalen Green was really, really bad.
Especially when it's Grayson Allen who's coming in for him, and Grayson Allen led the team last night with 28 points and set up.
Grayson Allen was your best player. Grayson Allen was your best player last night.
And set up the winning shot.
And so I get it. Royce O'Neal hit the shot. It does not happen without Grayson Allen. He was your best player last night. He needed to be on the floor in that moment.
Your two best
it was good coaching.
Your 2 best guards last night were Colin Gillespie and Grayson Allen.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Everything Jordan Knott did down the stretch, I agree with.
Okay. We agree with the decision. We thought it was the right decision for last night. How concerned should we be? How worried should we be about last night's performance for Jalen Green? How concerned should we be? How alarmed should we be today that he was deemed unplayable the final 5 minutes of the game?
And that's the further concern.
5 minutes and 27 seconds. He was deemed unplayable by this coaching staff. Again, we agree with the decision. We think it was the right decision. But that is a player that you coveted in a trade. That is a player that we all think, when playing at his ceiling, helps you get through Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks being sidelined. And yet he was deemed unplayable for the final 5 minutes of a close game against a division rival, a conference rival, a team that you're trying to catch in the standings. I think that's notable. I think that's something we put a star next to and say, hey, what gives?
That's an issue.
That's a concern.
That's a massive issue, because this is a guy who we've talked about on this show, we've talked about here in town, and looked forward to coming back and said, this is our second best scoring option. With everybody healthy, Jalen Green is the team's second best scoring option. Right now, is he honestly? No.
I mean, last night he wasn't deemed one of your 5 best.
Last night he was unplayable at the end of the game. Unplayable. That's how bad it was.
So Jalen Green was in with 20. He subbed in with 22.7 seconds to go. So he did come in for the final possession.
In case you need a 3.
And then they subbed him out with 0.9 to put Ryan Dunn in the game for defense. But either way, the game's getting tight. The game's getting close. He's deemed unplayable. And then, because you think he's one of the more talented players on the team, you get him in for the final 22 seconds. But guess what? The fact that I had to go find that, because I didn't hear his name on the broadcast. He scored 9 points in 24 minutes. He made 1 3, and it was a bank shot. As the game was getting tight, never once was there a consideration by Jordan Knott to put him in the game. He trusted Grayson Allen and Colin Gillespie. He rode the hot hand. Great. You got through last night. You picked up a win. But what happens moving forward? What happens over the final 20-something games that this team's going to play? Because they need a better version of Jalen Green than the one they got last night. They need a Jalen Green that those final couple of minutes is out on the floor, that is trusted to knock down shots, to get buckets. Not us going through the box score, figuring out when he was in the game, how much time he played. He played, if we had to add it up, he played less than 5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
If you add it up, it comes out to 4:30, 4:40. You're really sitting down and doing the math.
And the final play of the game?
You didn't trust him in the final 4 minutes of the game.
Right, the ball doesn't go to his hands, it goes to Grayson Allen's hands.
No. And the play wasn't drawn up at all
for Jalen Green. Right.
Jalen Green at all. There was no plan to get him the ball.
So I do think it's something worth keeping an eye on here, because he really hasn't been as effective of a player. Now, I'm willing to chalk a decent amount of it up to he's just been in and out of the lineup. He's played 12 games as a Phoenix Sun. He's still trying to figure it out. His teammates, what his role is in this scheme, what is being asked of him. He's also probably in the back of his mind trying to stay healthy so he's available for this team. I get it. But if the Phoenix Suns are going to go where we think they can go, where we thought they could go a couple of weeks ago, they're going to need him to be better, and they're going to need him to be somebody that's in these games late, that isn't subbed in with 20 seconds to go on the final possession, just maybe so that the defense has to, at least respect it and honor him and at least cover him. You need more than that, and they didn't get it last night, and hopefully they can get it here with the schedule opening up. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, some injury updates for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Another pitcher may be concerned. plus the latest on Merrill Kelly. All of it coming up next, lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
ASU women's basketball continues right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Lady Sun Devils this Sunday as they take on Texas Tech for their final game of the regular season. Head coach Molly Miller and her team have fought hard all season long and are ready to cap things off with a win. Join Jeff Bond on the call live. It's ASU versus Texas Tech this Sunday. Pregame at 12:30 p.m. and tip-off at 1 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Been crazy busy these days? Sounds like you could use a little we time. That means playtime at the AAA 4-Diamond Wekopa Casino Resort. Game time with more than 900 slots plus table games. Maybe a tea time on one of 2 nationally ranked courses. And definitely some hang time at WKP Sportsbook, the largest sportsbook in the state. Wekopa Casino Resort. It's we time.
Some flavors just take you to another place. Like the Filet-O-Fish, a crispy fish fillet made with wild-caught Alaskan pollock on melty American cheese topped with tartar sauce, all on a soft steamed bun. It's crispy, flaky perfection. And right now, I can mix and match 2 favorites, like a Filet-O-Fish or 10-piece chicken McNuggets for just $6. This deal is the catch of the day. To get to McDonald's fast. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
If you've been disappointed by underachieving savings, a high-yield certificate from America First can be a fantastic way to help your money start doing more. Whether you're planning for an upcoming expense or just want to save smarter and earn bigger, America First's flexible certificates are an outstanding way to grow your cash. So don't wait to get your money working. Head to americafirst.com and open a high-yield certificate today. Membership eligibility, terms, conditions, and change apply. Fees could reduce account earnings. Federally insured by NCUA.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
Indiana is not cheating. Lining up and punching the other guy in the face for 60 minutes, not against the rules. I challenge any of you social media whistleblowers to tell Kurt Signetti to his face that he is a cheater.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
All right, let's give you the latest from spring training for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Torey Lovello met with the media yesterday. I'm reading from Nick Picoro's Twitter account. Diamondbacks holding out hope that if Merrill Kelly can ramp up his throwing, quote, sooner rather than later, end quote, he will have time to get ready to take the ball in the second series of the season and avoid the injured list. So that's where we're at with Merrill Kelly. Best case scenario, he's ready to go the second series of the year. Because if not, he's got to get put on the injured list. As a team, the only thing you can do is backdate it to 3 days before the start of the season. And so that'll probably mean the first couple series of the year, Merrill Kelly will be out. Diamondbacks will have to do some maneuvering, have to maybe go with a short rotation for a little bit, however they want to navigate through the first part of the season if Merrill Kelly does have to go on the injured list. But unfortunately, after what we said yesterday, that's not the only pitcher injury we need to talk about. Right-hander Christian Mena is dealing with more discomfort in his right shoulder and has been shut down from throwing. The same injury that he suffered in June that ended his season. Brendan Pfaadt being slow played is the quote from Torey Lovello because of some kind of a side issue. And by side, I mean the physical side, not just like an extra issue that popped up during the offseason. Shouldn't prevent him from being on time to start the season. And he pitched in a backfield game yesterday. Producer Evan, I believe it was yesterday on this program that I said, hey, let's just get healthy. Let's be Corbin Burns, okay. Merrill Kelly, okay. Can we get the rest of these guys to opening day at 100%? And yes, it's being referred to as a side issue, and he's being slow played. But I'm old enough to remember when the Merrill Kelly thing wasn't something we should be concerned about. And here we are a couple of days later talking about whether or not he's going to be able to pitch in the second series of the year. So forgive me if I'm a little untrustworthy about what you're telling me about Brendan Pfaadt. I want to see a little bit more info before I'm willing to say, okay, he's just being slow played. They're just taking it careful. They're just being safe, because that's what you were supposed to be doing with Merrill Kelly. And now there's a chance he's got to be on the injured list to start the year.
And it feels like we always get these, we're slow playing it. We don't know what it is yet.
And then all of a sudden, Tommy John surgery. Yeah.
Justin Martinez needs Tommy John, so we'll see him in September of next year.
Right.
It's like, what?
Right. It starts out as, we're not concerned. We're just getting some precautionary imaging. And then you blink your eyes, guy's out for the year. And we're going through this with Merrill Kelly, so I'm a little suspicious. Not to say they're not being forthcoming with the news. I think they're telling us exactly what they know at this point in time. But unfortunately, I just don't trust this update because we're already going through this with Merrill Kelly. It wasn't minimal. What, right? Minimal was the concern originally for Merrill Kelly. Minimal. Then it was, the imaging, we haven't heard back just yet. We need an extra day. Then it was, we sent them for some additional imaging and we're waiting to get that back. And then it was, we don't actually know what's wrong with Merrill Kelly. It's not structural, but he's not pitching opening day. Now he may be ready for the second series of the year. That's how quickly things progressed. So yes, today, in this moment, Brendan Pfaadt is okay. They're slow playing it. He has a side issue. They're not concerned. That's today. What does tomorrow look like? What is the update later on this afternoon? What is the update over the weekend? What is the update by the time we get in here on Monday, right? In this moment, it's not that big of a deal. Guess what? In the moment last week, it wasn't a big deal with Merrill Kelly. Look where we're at about a week or so later. And I don't blame you if you have the feeling of here we go again. And I don't blame you, even though I said I wasn't going to give the blame pie a large chunk of it to this group. I don't blame you if you're questioning the training regimen and the pitching coaches at this point. I can't blame you. I can't blame you for bringing it up. I can't blame you if you think that's the problem.
It's a serious question, I think. And obviously, I don't think it's 100% it. But I think there's some truth to it. There's some truth in it. There has to be. This doesn't just happen.
Yeah, and you just hope that they can, as an organization, get to the bottom of why this stuff is happening and make the necessary corrections, because I like the depth of this team starting pitching-wise, but at some point you get too injured, right? You just don't have enough depth. And at this moment, Zach Allen looks ready for opening day. Ryan Nelson looks ready for opening day. Mike Soroka looks ready for opening day. Are you going to be able to field 5 starters for opening day? Yeah, I think right now you're going to have 5 capable major league starters on opening day. But that's right now. If you have another couple of injuries stack up, I don't know if you have the group, and we think this is the strength of this team, and we think this is the group that's going to have to carry a lot of the water for this squad, and it's already very much under the microscope. It's very much a cause for concern. First Merrill Kelly, and now all of a sudden yesterday, Brendan Pfaadt's dealing with something. Side issue. We're slow playing it. Okay, we're slow playing it. Then all of a sudden, he's on the 15-day injured list in 3 days. That seems to be what's happening here. First, things are okay. 3 days later, he's not available for the first series of the year. So I hope Merrill Kelly is able to get throwing sooner rather than later so that second series is available, because I don't want them to have to use the injured list this early in the season, because it's going to force him to miss probably 3 starts. I'm going to pull up the schedule and see. Because if you can backdate it to 3 days before the season. So the season starts March 26th is their first game. So you can put him on the injured list for 15 days starting on March 23rd. So the 24th, the 25th, the 26th is 3 days, the 27th, 28th, missed the Dodger series. Detroit is another 4 days. That takes you to 9 days. You're going to have to miss the Atlanta series. Maybe you could come back the 4th series of the year in New York against the Mets. But if you have to put them on the injured list, you're probably looking more towards the Philly series in the middle of April. That's what you're looking at. So I'm missing, the first 4 series, missing what would be, 2, maybe 3 turns through the rotation. And that's assuming that it's just the 15 days. That's assuming that you put them on the injured list and it's
15 days, come right back.
15 days right back, ready to go. If it's
Because that's never what it actually is.
Right. That's assuming that he can get started here kind of soon. He's not even throwing right now. So we should get an update here today, or hopefully over the weekend we get something. But
and every time he does throw, we get the report of discomfort.
Right. That he's feeling something in his back. Something that's bothering him. And now we've got Brendan Pfaadt to worry about. Ready? Spin the wheel.
It's going to be a long year.
Spin the wheel. Somebody makes the rotation.
It's going to be a long year.
It's starting to get that feel, right? It's starting to get the feel like just a continuation of last year. Meltdown Mountain returns year 2.
It's going to be bad.
The wheel of starters. Corbin Carroll's hurt. Oh, we haven't even started the season yet. Got buy or sell. Talk about Rasheer Fleming and the perfect addition for the Cardinals in the offseason. All of it coming up in hour number 2 next. You're listening to The Lunch Break, KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. If you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, everything can change fast. That's when the attorneys at Sweet James step in. They help you understand your rights, connect you with medical care, and pursue the compensation you may be entitled to. You don't pay anything unless your case is resolved successfully, and help is available 24 hours a day. If you've been injured, call Sweet James for a free case review. Hablamos Español. 800-900-0000. 800-900-0000. SweetJames.com. This advertisement is paid for by Sweet James LLP. Responsible attorney, Bobby Tech-Heavy. Offices in California. No guarantee of results.
A small commitment at least 1 day a week helps reduce ground-level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Avoid idling. Turn off your engine when waiting in pickup lines and drive-thrus. Commit to 1 day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
For over 50 years, they redefined rock. The spirit lives on.
Monday, warrior, mean strike. Today's come, so you mean pride.
Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson celebrate 50 years of Rush 50-something tour, December 1st and 3rd, 2026, Desert Diamond Arena. Tickets are on sale now at rush.com. Legends don't stop. They evolve. Rush.
Let's talk letters, starting with C. C is for Camry and Corolla. C is for comfort, control, and cruising through everyday valley life. Now let's try another one. T. T is for Tundra and Tacoma. T is for tough, thrilling, and taking on whatever the day throws your way. Different letters, different strengths, but they both spell out the same thing. Toyota. Right now, get 4.99% for 72 months on the new 2026 Camry or Corolla, or get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on the 2025 Tacoma SR5 or 2026 Tundra. See your Valley Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. 4.99% financing with $1,610 per thousand BARD for 72 months. 2.99% financing with $1,519 per thousand BARD for 72 months. Zero down payment if you qualify. Offers exclude TRD Pro models and N3226. See dealer for details.
Meineke's highly skilled and certified technicians always treat your car like it's their own. With over 50 years of experience, Meineke will diagnose and fix any issue with precision and care using the best state-of-the-art equipment. You can always depend on Meineke to do the job right and get you back on the road in no time. Save time and schedule an appointment now. Visit Meineke.com today. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
One hour till the weekend, at least for us here on the program. Any big plans this weekend, Producer Evan? Or you're just resting after your concert-filled weekend last weekend?
Just resting, just hanging out. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Oh, you've got ASU baseball this weekend.
I was gonna say, I'm working most of the weekend. I gotta work tomorrow. I'll be in here for ASU baseball, and then Sunday I'll be in here for ASU baseball.
Yeah, they're you can listen to them right now over on KZG 1440 or inside the free KDUS AM 1060 app. They are, I believe, in the 7th inning of their game as they are in Arlington, Globe Life Field in Texas for a little showcase series playing some of the best teams, a couple SEC teams.
We need to work on the building Wi-Fi in Arlington.
We're okay. Everything's fine. We had a little bit of a panic before the game started, but everything's going according to plan. Mississippi State today. I believe it is Tennessee tomorrow, and then it's Texas A&M on Sunday. So
right.
a little SEC tour for
after playing Oklahoma.
After playing Oklahoma for the Sun Devils. Okay, a little buy or sell here to kick off hour number 2 of the program.
A little buy or sell.
Nothing like the right before the weekend.
The Friday edition of the buy or sell. We are all over the place today. I just want to be very clear how all over the place this is.
Both literally for buy or sell and just in general.
Yes, correct.
We've been all over the place today. Yes.
Last night's Suns win will send them on a short winning streak to start March.
Boy, I'm just going to buy this from an optimist perspective. Yeah. I mean, I know they're shorthanded, but the two worst teams in the Western Conference in Sacramento and New Orleans. Currently the worst team in the NBA in the Chicago Bulls. They've lost 11 games in a row. This is the worst team in the sport right now.
The worst team.
Adam Silver, investigate the Bulls. I don't know what they're doing, but you may want to look into that. Did you see that they're sending? Now, this could be straight out of the Producer Evan handbook of, I saw something on social media.
Oh, they're sending team doctors to the Utah Jazz.
Was this accurate?
Yeah, that's completely accurate.
So the NBA
that's in the leftovers. So the NBA, I'll give it to you. The NBA is sending their own league doctors to the Utah Jazz because the Jazz are so hurt right now that the league is starting to investigate if these injuries are real due to the tanking issue.
So another way to put it is the NBA is sending somebody to babysit the Utah Jazz and the MRI for Lauri Markkanen.
Correct.
They are sending a professional
representative
babysitter to make sure that this is all on the up and up. That is how much Adam Silver thinks the Utah Jazz are tanking. Maybe we should look into the team that's lost 11 games in a row. Just a thought on my part. So, okay, worst team in the NBA right now, the two worst teams in the Western Conference, and a Charlotte team that's below 500. Yeah, you should go on a winning streak here. You just beat the Lakers last night, team that's 10 games above 500, without Devin Booker, without Dillon Brooks. 3 of these 4 games are at home. I don't think there's no excuse for this to not be a 3-1 stretch.
No excuse.
You should come out of this, starting on the 10th at Milwaukee, this lengthy road trip that you're on. You should be winners of 4 of your last 5.
Right.
That's the bar. So, yeah, I'll buy. Winning streak incoming for the Phoenix Suns.
Last night felt like the most impressive game for Jordan Ott all year.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. I'll do a soft buy on this.
Just to know that
you're shorthanded.
We're shorthanded.
We've lost 2 in a row.
I have to pull Jalen Green against the team that, let's face it, is 10 games above 500 and has more talent on the floor than me right now.
We've scored 85 points or less in each of our last 2 games. We've been blown out. And I put together a game plan that drops 113 and beats the Lakers. Yeah, it was pretty impressive last night. And again, the Jalen Green thing, he checked in with about 9.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, played till there was about 5.5 minutes, so played about 4 minutes there, and then checked in on the final possession of the game but didn't touch the basketball. I mean, he was just not utilized. The game's getting close, right? Need buckets. Jordan Ott didn't turn to the bench.
Not utilized at all.
Didn't use him. I mean, he scored 9 points in 24 minutes. He was completely ineffective last night.
Anthony Richardson will be traded this offseason.
I was perusing social media. I have a very different opinion of the Anthony Richardson situation than most. Like, there are so many people out there that think this dude is a bust already.
Okay, what do you define as a bust?
When you say that somebody's a bust, I think that's your way of saying, I'm good, I don't even want him on my roster.
Okay, so here's how I always look at it. A bust to me isn't always about the player. So, like, give you an example. Sam Darnold is a bust for the New York Jets. It didn't work. You drafted him with the 3rd pick. It didn't work. Just because he found success later for a team that didn't draft him doesn't mean he's not an organizational draft bust.
And while I'm not sold that Anthony Richardson can have a Sam Darnold-like career arc, I think it's a dart worth throwing. I really do. I know the
talent is there.
The eyesight's a problem, right? Has he gotten that corrected? It looks like he has. A lot of people were making on social media, and I was looking on Reddit in particular, a lot of people were making a big deal. Remember that time he checked himself out of a game?
Yeah. Okay. That was crazy.
It's a bad look, right?
You can't do it.
Hold on. It's a bad look. You can't do it. He's 22 years old.
And he shouldn't be handling the ball that much. They were running him like a running back.
But he's 21, 22 years old. You're telling me that when you were 21, 22, you didn't do something stupid in your professional life? You didn't make a mistake and learn from it?
Yeah.
I don't know if he will learn from it, but you're telling me you were perfect at 22 years old?
No.
Of course not.
No.
So I'm willing to give a little bit of a grace here to say, okay, he made a mistake. He's going to learn from that.
Yeah, 22 years old. Caleb Williams fumbled the football, and I yelled ball in a radio booth.
You learn from it, right?
Yeah.
You never did it again.
No.
But there'd be people out there that say you should never be in a radio booth after that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be able to produce a program.
I mean, you were in the booth. I heard that, and we're like, hey, that's our guy. It's our producer.
Right. So, again, bad look, shouldn't have done it, but I don't know. I think it's a worthwhile dart throw. It's an expensive one if you pick up the option and you also sign Malik Willis. It's a lot of money, but man, I don't know. I'm turning over every stone.
It's worth the chance. It's still a rookie contract.
I think so.
Still a rookie contract. Jordan Tyson not competing at the combine will affect his draft stock.
Well, I mean, can anybody beat the day that Sonny Styles had last night? I mean, this dude apparently was made in a lab. This dude's an athletic freak.
I saw a story this morning. Quote, here was the headline. Actually, I can find it. It's on ESPN. I can find it here. A freak. Ravens safety, Kyle Hamilton.
Right. He got
flabbergasted by Sonny Styles comparison.
Are you ready for this? Sonny Styles, the same height as Calvin Johnson. He's 3 pounds lighter than Derrick Henry. He's got the same max vert as Nate Robinson. He had the same 40 time as Bijan Robinson, and he had the same broad jump as Julio Jones. Are you kidding me with this guy?
That's absurd. It's absurd.
He had a better vertical than DK Metcalf. He had the same broad jump as DK Metcalf. And apparently, he ran faster than CD Lamb and Kyle Hamilton.
If you didn't know he played linebacker with the numbers he put up, you would think he's a receiver.
I'm sorry. I'm going to say something. Take him number 3 overall.
All right, he's a linebacker.
I understand that. This draft doesn't have clear-cut guys after Fernando Mendoza at number 1. Take the freak athlete and figure out where you're going to play him.
They did that once.
Okay, you really want to compare Sonny Styles? You really want to do this? to what? Zaven Collins?
I was going to say Isaiah Simmons.
Okay, Isaiah Simmons works as well. I mean, we've got a couple of examples here, but different GM, different coach, different defense.
They've done the freak. They've done the athletic freak.
I know, but not this.
I met Isaiah Simmons at Topgolf.
I thought Isaiah Simmons was going to be a stud.
Oh my gosh, Chris. I was convinced this guy, I was like, this guy's a Swiss Army knife on defense. You can play him anywhere. You can play him out at corner if you wanted to. And he's just that good. I just told everybody, this guy, but the positionless players in college don't work in the NFL.
By the way, his agility ranking ranks first out of the 3,215 linebackers all time at the combine. He scored an unofficial relative athletic score, RAS. You'll
Where
see
does
this
Sonny
a lot.
Styles go now?
I'm gonna tell you right now. You may think I'm crazy. There's a chance he goes number 2 overall.
So let's just. This is DJ's mock draft from February 17th. I want to see where he is on this. This is obviously pre-combine and where we think he could move.
Because he's not just a
Sonny Styles was picked number 15.
Okay.
On this to Tampa Bay. I think he's certainly in the top 10 now. I think we're talking about him going.
Hit the sounder for me, please. I need the sounder. Sounder immediately. Sonny Styles will be a top 10 selection in the 2026 NFL draft.
I thought you were going to give me real news.
You combine.
Yeah, so let's you combine this, and I'll give you my next one. I'm just going to give it to you now. Ruben Bain will drop out of the top 10 after his arm measurements.
I'm sorry. I know they play 2 different positions, but if you're somebody in the top 5 and Ruben Bain's on the board and Sonny Styles is on the board, how do you take Ruben Bain over Sonny Styles? How do you do it? How do you do it?
How do you do it?
By the way, shout out to everybody who, and I forget exactly where I first saw it, but making the pun on social media of this is the best performance related to the draft by a Sonny since Sonny Weaver in draft day. I appreciate you. I see you.
I don't see those people.
I'm sorry. Sonny Styles could go as early as number 2 in the draft.
Number 2.
Number 2. He can go number 2.
You think the Jets take him?
I do. They have a need. And I can see Aaron Glenn, a defensive-minded coach, going, get me that guy.
It's absurd.
And by the way, it's not just the incredible athletic score. He was a productive player at Ohio State. He's a good player.
Oh, my gosh. Before the athletic score, everybody, he was a top 15 to top 20, top 15 pick.
So
we're not talking about a player who didn't put up numbers and then came up and was just a superstar athlete at the combine. We're talking about a player who put up numbers and then wowed everybody with the physical numbers he put up at the combine. Unlike Ruben Bain, who obviously has the arm. I got a question for you.
I'm watching
the arm length issue.
I'm watching this dude's basketball highlights. Get this guy on your franchise immediately.
How real is the arm length issue?
For Ruben Bain?
Does it bother you?
I think it's a problem. Here's why I think it's a
Does
problem.
he drop out of the top 10?
I think it's a possibility.
Okay, so we'll buy that one. See what I did there?
And let me tell you why. I do think you should look at the production, right? And look at what he did on tape. Don't make your decision solely on the measurables. But I think it's an important data point. And here's where I would be worried. Yes, he has had a great career in Miami. Had a great year last year. Was super productive. Athletically, he would be an outlier at the position. When you turn on the tape now, knowing that, do you see somebody that feels like an outlier? The way you feel when you watch Sonny Styles, when you watch Arvell Reese, when you watch Jordan Tyson. I know I'm moving around position-wise, but when you put certain guys on film, you can see how they can be not just a difference maker, but elite at their respective positions. Do you feel that same way when you watch
Knowing you need somebody to
Knowing you need somebody to be the statistical outlier at his position.
It's a great way to look at it.
So now that you know what the measurables, and I find it funny that, his team did damage control, because did you see the leak to Schefter that, some teams measure differently and they had him at 32. I thought that was funny yesterday. Now that you're armed with that information, when you go back and you watch it on tape, do you see somebody that can be the statistical outlier? That's the question you have to answer. And to me, if I'm picking inside the top 5, I got to know. And if somebody takes him, I think their answer to that question is yes, this dude is the statistical outlier. I don't know. I don't know if I would be comfortable doing it. To me, I think he slips out of the top 10. And now outside of the top 10, he can be, I don't want to sound mean to Ruben Bain, but he can be a role player. He doesn't. You draft somebody inside the top 10, they got to be elite, man. They just have to. Think about it. Think about the conversation we're having right now.
Ruben Bain could post 8 sacks a year in Dallas, in Los Angeles, in Baltimore.
If you're the Jets, if you're the Cardinals taking him, he's got to be a double-digit all-pro to warrant taking him with that high of a selection. Think about the Arizona Cardinals. 2 major first-round selections. Marvin Harrison Jr., Paris Johnson Jr. Are those guys elite? Are those guys the best at their position? No. You've got to hit home runs inside the top 10. You got to. They just have to be all-pro players, or else it hurts. Not just at the quarterback position, but it hurts if you swing and miss.
Yeah, I mean, it sets you back. It sets you back years. And I don't know if Tennessee has the leeway for them to make that pick. I want Daniel Jeremiah to do another mock draft because,
let me tell you right now, I don't know if the Raiders regret it, but they took Ashton Genty inside the top 8.
They regret it.
He needs to be the best running back in the sport.
They regret it. I would be willing if you asked them behind closed doors with the truth serum, they would tell you they regret it.
How do the Patriots feel about Will Campbell playing tackle? The Jags are not allowing Travis Hunter to play both ways. Like, you traded a future first-round pick, moved around the board to get Travis Hunter because you thought he was a unicorn, a one of one, Swiss Army knife, can do a bunch of different things. He's now going to be full-time on, I think, the defensive side of the ball. To be a full-time corner.
Is that what they said?
I think they
I got to tell you, I always thought he was a better receiver prospect.
I
know it's harder to find corners. I always thought he was a better receiver prospect.
I know they picked one side of the ball. Let me see if I can find it here.
It is interesting.
Report. Jags plan to make Travis Hunter a starting cornerback part-time receiver from NBC Sports. You moved around and number 2 overall took somebody that you thought could be an impact player on both sides of the ball less than a year in. Hasn't even gotten to the 1 year of you drafting him. He's now going to play full-time on one side of the ball.
You think part of that is the offensive success they have without him?
The point I'm trying to make, and yes, to a certain extent, I think that is the case, but if you're going to take somebody in the top 5, boy, they've got to be can't miss.
Back to my first one that we
yes.
still have not gotten an answer on. Jordan Tyson not competing at the Combine will affect his draft stock.
Really? So that was the take that I took down the Sonny Styles rabbit hole. I
Correct.
apologize. No. The medical that he undergoes is going to be the important thing, right?
Correct.
Does anything pop in that medical? Because that's the concern with Jordan Tyson.
That's the biggest concern.
Can he
It's
stay
the
healthy?
injuries.
Can he stay
But
healthy?
he's another guy, like, just turn on the tape. I encourage people, if you're prepping for the draft, turn on the tape for this guy.
Yeah,
and I know people are going to call me biased, and 100%, I am biased. I've rooted for him for the last couple of years. Turn on tape. He's so smooth in and out of breaks. He catches the ball with his hands. He's a natural catcher of the football. He's got great feet. He can break away. His game speed plays faster than I think he runs. Like, there's so much with him that I turn on tape. That's all I can say, really.
I have a good feeling he'll go inside the top 12, but I don't know if he'll be the top 5 pick that I think he should be based on talent.
Tiger Woods will play in this year's Masters.
Oh, bye. He would not set this up the way that he's been setting this up to not play. The way he answered the question in the media, the way he was in the broadcast booth, this dude's playing.
I hope everybody knows what Masters Week is going to look like if Tiger plays this year.
I don't know if he'll make the cut. I don't know what his game is like.
He's going to make the cut, and that will be my biggest pick on this show's history.
I'm going to tell you right now.
25 points, Tiger to make the cut.
I'm 31 years old, so I haven't seen a ton, right? And I'm sure this answer will change over time. The 2019 Masters is the greatest sporting achievement I have ever seen in my lifetime.
I agree.
Nothing will top that. The Dodgers winning 3 in a row is not a greater sporting achievement than Tiger Woods doing what he did.
And to be honest with you, it's not particularly close.
No, I don't think there's a close number 2.
It's not particularly close. The only other one that I think you could really sit down and argue with me is probably the Patriots comeback. But you needed other people you needed Atlanta, and I mean this in the nicest way. Everybody's like, wow, what a great Super Bowl 51 was with the 28-3 comeback. I don't like watching that Super Bowl. I watched the team fall apart at the seams, up 25 in a Super Bowl. That's not entertaining to me. Give me some back and forth action. One team falling apart and watching their dreams completely get washed away.
Evaporate.
Was not not interesting to me.
Yeah, so I'm going to buy that he's going to play because I think he's setting it up. Will he be able to compete? I don't know.
Yes, always, especially there.
I know. I never doubt him there, right? After what he did in 19, you can't doubt him. But, man, 19 was 7 years ago.
I mean,
Like,
just feel old.
Right, 19 was 7 years ago.
Were you in college?
No, I was 7 years ago. I was 24, just out of college.
My age now.
Remember where I was?
Where were you?
Sitting on the couch in my apartment in Chandler.
Nice.
Waking up early because remember they moved the tea times up.
Yeah.
And they were in threesomes
because the storm.
Because the storm was coming.
Yeah.
And it was just
that all helped Tiger.
1,000%.
Especially the threesomes because to get to play in the top group with a Tiger crowd different.
Tiger crowd different. Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
And he did something he had never done before, which is win a major when trailing after the 3 rounds. Just the greatest sporting achievement I've ever seen in my lifetime. Now, I'm sure there are better ones out there that I just haven't seen, but for me specifically, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Do you have anything else in Bowers?
That's all.
We are
We have ran past time.
You want to talk about not hitting the post? I am 9 minutes past when this segment's supposed to end. So good luck to us the rest of the program. Coming up next, I don't know how much we're going to talk about this, but we'll give it a shot. He has seen his minutes increase the last 3 games, and last night might have been his best game yet. That's next, the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
NAU men's basketball this weekend right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Lumberjacks this Saturday afternoon as they continue their Northeast road trip, this time to take on Eastern Washington. Coach Shane Birdcar is ready to show his team's talents on the road and score NAU another win. Join Mitch Truman and McCall live this Saturday afternoon. It's NAU versus Eastern Washington. Pregame at 1:30 p.m. and tip-off at 2 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crows, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be. Loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour. The Black Crows, Whiskey Myers. Saturday, August 15th. Mortgage Matchup Center. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR and the NTT IndyCar Series are coming to Phoenix. And it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 5th through the 8th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Try the Chicken Melt Trio at Port of Subs. Protein-packed with bold sauces and built to crush cravings. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Sliced fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger. In my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus, branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month. And I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. The NFL has never been comfortable in a negative spotlight. Concussions, workplace culture, scandals. So when reports surfaced that the league attempted to sideline the NFLPA's annual team and owner report cards, it felt on brand. No one likes a public grade. But here's the uncomfortable truth. When franchises are valued in the billions and F in training staff and weight rooms and nutrition and playing on a surface, well, that shouldn't be quietly dismissed. It should be embarrassed. embarrassing. The NFL surpassed $23 billion in revenue this past fiscal year. With that power comes responsibility. Players put their bodies on the line every Sunday. At least the organizations can provide a sufficient infrastructure. Public accountability works. Billionaire owners may ignore whispers, but they rarely ignore headlines. What matters is players have a voice. The report cards need to be transparent and impossible to spin. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. 2 words, prostate exam. Relax. Screening starts with a simple finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. Prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate when caught at a localized or regional stage. If you're 40 or over and have a prostate, visit relaxitsabloodtest.com to see if a PSA blood test is right for you. Talk to your doctor about screening and the next steps. Sponsored by Novartis. Millions of people move every year for all kinds of reasons. When that time comes, it helps to go with a company you can trust. Penske Truck Rental. Their trucks are clean, newer, well-maintained, and you get free unlimited miles on one-way rentals. And there's no fee if you want to change your reservation. They've got over 2,500 locations and live support around the clock. Penske helps you gain ground like no other company can. Go to PenskeTruckRental.com or download the Penske Truck Rental app.
ASU women's basketball continues right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Ladies Sun Devils this Sunday as they take on Texas Tech for their final game of the regular season. Head coach Molly Miller and her team have fought hard all season long and are ready to cap things off with a win. Join Jeff Bond on the call live. It's ASU versus Texas Tech this Sunday. Pregame at 12:30 p.m. and tip-off at 1 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
It doesn't fully show up in the box score from last night's game. But I would argue that Rasheer Fleming had his best game as a Phoenix Sun last night against the Los Angeles Lakers. And over the last 3 games, he has seen, really 4 of the last 5 games, he has seen his minutes really shoot up. 20 minutes in each of the last 3 games, was 21 minutes last night in the win. He scored 8 points, had 6 rebounds. But again, I don't want to look at just the box score. He was a plus 19. He just was making plays on both ends of the floor, whether it was defensively. He locked up Luka a couple of times in the game, did a really nice job against him. Offensively, just kind of having his hand in the right place at the right time to knock a ball to a teammate and just be in the right spot. And it just felt like he was somebody that you wanted to stick with throughout the course of the game. And that's exactly what Jordan Ott did. He stuck with Jordan, with Rasheer Fleming throughout the course of that game, rode the hot hand. He did it in a couple different areas last night, but certainly did it with Fleming, and it paid off because I think what you saw last night was Fleming's best game as a Phoenix Sun. Knocked down a couple of threes, right? The 6 rebounds, had a steal, the plus 19, what he did defensively against Luka. And this is what you want to see from these young guys. You just want to see those flashes, those moments that remind you of why the Suns drafted them in the first place. And yes, we want to see them from Kaman Malawach, right? He is, anytime we have this type of conversation, his name comes up because you all want to see him because you used the top 10 pick on him. You want to see him on the floor. You want to see him contributing. You want to see the potential. You want to see the flashes. I get it. But if you can also get value out of the guys you took in the second round, and Fleming brings the size, he brings the length, and without Dylan Brooks in the lineup, there's been an opportunity here for Fleming the last couple of nights to really start impacting this team, and he did in a big way. And the minutes have been there, and I got to tell you, after a performance like last night, I want to see him in a similar role. I want to see him with a similar number of minutes here when they're next in action against Sacramento. Ride the hot hand, give this kid confidence because he's playing well recently, and I thought last night was his best game as a Sun.
Yeah, and the one thing we've learned about Jordan Ott to this point, not afraid to ride the hot hand. Doesn't matter who it is. They're going to ride the hot hand. And the one thing, again, we took away from last night, not afraid to make the moves necessary that he feels helps the team most in that moment. Last night, it was pulling Jalen Green off the court. And they're going to make that move every time. Every time. That's just the way we've seen Jordan Knott coach this team. And so for me, I have full faith for them to ride the hot hand.
The only player that was better last night in plus-minus was Amir Coffey. He was a plus 20. Then it was Rasheer Fleming at a plus 19, Jamari Bouye at plus 16. And then you had Oso Ighodaro was a 0, Mark Williams was a 0, Colin Gillespie was a 0. I mean, it was a very, very good performance for Fleming, and you could see the way he was impacting a game. Now, did he score 28 points like Grayson Allen? Was he 6 of 16 from behind the three-point line? Was he Royce O'Neal knocking down the final shot? No, he didn't do any of those things, right? Was he Colin Gillespie in the 21 points that he had in the 6 threes? No. But he had a role. He played it. He thrived in it. And he earned more minutes throughout his performance, right? And Jordan Knott just stuck with him, let him play, and he was a huge impact on the defensive end of the floor and on offense, just kind of knocking balls away, getting, tipping the ball to a teammate to keep a possession alive. And it was a really good performance from him. And I hope that after playing the way that he played last night, he was so noticeable in the game that you start to see him, play a little bit more and continue to get these minutes. They were really great on the offensive glass. They out-rebounded the Lakers 15-10 last night. Overall, 41-39. They scored 18 points off of turnovers last night. They did all the things you want to see them do. And they held on despite having all the reasons in the world not to hold on in that game last night. They picked up a win, and now it's a couple of days off. Off today, off tomorrow, off Sunday, off Monday, next in action on Tuesday. And so I hope that they can really kind of cherish this win and enjoy it and then get back to work, because there's a winning streak here that I think is on the table with these next 4 games, and you hope that Rasheer Fleming can play a role in it. But good to see some young guys step up, and this is what we've been talking about, right? Guys can just step up. Guys can just meet the moment. Opportunities out there. Somebody's got to do it. Last night, it was Rasheer Fleming. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also chat away with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. We've got the NASCAR picks already in for John. We'll get to that in the leftovers because we got NASCAR this Sunday as well. When we come back, I'm going to give you the perfect addition in free agency for the Arizona Cardinals. That's next. The lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
I'm not here to bury Mike Tomlin, but the fact is, this absolutely is the right move. He did the right thing, and he fired himself. All good things come to an end. Going a decade without winning a single playoff game is not meeting the standard.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
It's frustrating when people intervene on you, but they have problems of their own. It's like when someone sends you a text, but the text comes from their email address. I hate this. Your name at iCloud, they FaceTime you from their email address? Are you calling on a child's iPad?
Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Celebrity Theater, Friday, March 6th. Tickets on sale now at etix.com.
Every day begins with the promise of something new, a new perspective, a fresh start. At Banner Health, right here, right now, we're pioneering new ways to treat cancer with our own immune systems. We're among the first to treat Parkinson's with the patient's own cells. And we're a world leader in artificial heart implantation, all while training over 1,300 doctors every year. Impressive, right? It's just another Banner day. Banner Health.
Jumbo Shrimp is back at Del Taco. One bite of Del's Jumbo Shrimp Taco, and yeah, you're on a whole different level of flavor. Top tier, no notes. Crispy golden shrimp, crunchy cabbage, fresh house-made pico de gallo, and savory secret sauce, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla with a fresh-cut lime wedge. And right now, get 2 for just $6. They're only here for a limited time, so level up with 2 crispy Jumbo Shrimp Tacos for $6. Only at Del Taco. Del, yeah. Price and participation may vary.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tea at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Your dental health affects your whole body's wellness. Got a broken tooth or need a crown? At Arizona Crown Center, you can expect care focused on crowns and bridges for just $6.99 per tooth, including your x-ray. That's less than half the usual cost. With Arizona Crown Center, expect top quality, efficient treatment backed by a 3-year unconditional guarantee, and even same-day service. They keep it simple and affordable, so you can enjoy the foods you love without worry. Plus, their friendly team makes every visit comfortable and easy. Whether it's your first crown or replacing an old one, they personalize your care to fit you. That's something to really smile about. Don't live with discomfort. Visit azcrowncenter.com for your free consultation today. Serving the Valley for over 20 years with offices in Chandler, Surprise, and Prescott. Get premium dental crowns and bridges at a price that fits your budget. azcrowncenter.com. That's azcrowncenter.com. Your smile's best friend.
Ready to refresh your space for less? At Living Spaces, thoughtful design and direct sourcing keep prices low while quality stays high. With sofas starting at just $295, queen beds from $195, and dining sets from just $295. Updating every room is within reach. Plus, enjoy fast, free shipping as soon as next day. So your new favorites arrive without the wait. Your next piece is waiting only at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
When your average fan goes to an NBA game, it doesn't matter if it's game 1 or game 82. Everyone healthy should be on the court getting 110% max effort. We've seen what a player like Victor Wembanyama could do to a franchise. All the greatest of the greats, when they hit the franchise, their team becomes an instant playoff team. I hate when players that are healthy are not playing in a regular season game.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
The next time we are in here on Monday, we will be a week out from legal tampering in the NFL. Free agency. Do we want to talk about what you just did? Do we want to talk about what you just did? Because you're just having a rough day over there.
It hasn't been my best day.
Yeah, you've never done that in the
never
almost year you've been working on the program, so we need to peel the curtain back. You responded to what I said on the air in my ear instead of turning your microphone on. So you answered me in my ear, which completely threw me off.
Instead of
through the microphone, instead of just turning the microphone on like a radio professional would do.
No, that was been working on this show a year. That was maybe my worst moment.
You're like in my ear. You're like, oh wow, that's all I got. I didn't get anything like I just got. You're like, oh wow.
Well, wow.
So a week from Monday is when legal tampering begins. I think it's 12 p.m. Eastern. So 10 a.m. No, 9 a.m. our time.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 9 a.m. Time change.
I will not be here for the beginning of I will not be here that entire week. I'm out on vacation. You will be holding down the fort, I believe, starting on Tuesday of that week.
I was going to say, I don't think I'll be here that day.
No, you're traveling back that day. So you'll be in on Tuesday. You'll probably have a ton of stuff to react to from the Arizona Cardinals. But
it'll be nice. I'll let it sit. I'll be able to put together a show.
It's fascinating that it's coming up so quickly. It just,
it is flying by. And I just love, the last 2 weeks, they were terrible. Thank God the Combine's back.
The Combine has given us a lot of content.
We were hockey fans for like a week.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Back to football.
It's back to football. Next week may be Kyler Murray week, right, where that decision gets made. And then the week after will be the Cardinals will reshape this roster, I think, in some significant ways. And potentially in one way will be with some new players along the offensive line. And a story written on ESPN today naming one ideal free agent for every team. Listed somebody that I've shouted out here on this show before, I believe was on my list of free agent additions for the team. Braden Smith, offensive tackle, right tackle for the Indianapolis Colts, who's hitting free agency, I think is the ideal candidate, a position of need for the Cardinals at right tackle, along a group that we think needs a major overhaul, a group that I think is the most important group to the success of Mike LaFleur in year one, more so than the quarterback, more so than what the defense looks like. I think they need a revamped, brand new offensive line. And this ESPN story shouts out Braden Smith and talks about how last year he was 34th out of 68 qualifying players in pass block win rate last year, 90.6%, compared to Jonah Williams and Kelvin Beachum, who were low in their pass block win rate last season. And I don't know if I love taking a tackle at number 3 in the draft. I don't know if I love starting a rookie tackle in a year where you kind of need to find some success on that side of the ball and you need some consistency out of your offensive line if you're going to turn things around here. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be on Team Tank. I know there are some people out there that want this team to break it all down, to tear it down, to lose as many games, to set up for a quarterback in 27. I am not operating that way this offseason. I'm not. I'm looking to improve this team. I'm looking to take the cap space. By the way, they announced the cap today. $301.2 million, I believe, is the official number from the NFL, a $22 million jump from where the cap was last year. I want the Cardinals to take their cap space and improve this team. One of the ways they can do it, somebody like Braden Smith. Beefing up this offensive line, completing or at least starting what I think needs to be a total makeover of that group.
We knew there was going to have to be an overhaul on that group. And so to address it first feels like the most likely outcome.
Well, I think it helps in a couple of different ways, right? One, you get somebody who is an NFL starter. You know what you're getting. He's consistent. You do have a little worry with some injuries, but this is an NFL starter. This is a starting right tackle. You know what the floor is with him as a player. That's important. You're not throwing a dart at a dartboard with a draft pick. You're not hoping that somebody reaches their ceiling. You know this guy's a pro. Been in the league a couple of years now and is a very capable starting right tackle. So that's box number 1 that you check. I think by getting a right tackle and checking that box off in free agency, you open up a world of possibilities when it comes to the NFL draft. You want to take Sonny Styles number 3? You want to take Ruben Bain? You want to take Arvell Reese? You want to take David Bailey? You want to take, you know what I'm starting to see a little bit on social media?
What's that?
The love is in the air, pun intended. And I can't get on board with a running back at number 3 for this team.
No.
But
no,
I'm seeing it out there. Where's my wrong drop? Where's my wrong drop? I don't have it on this board. Can you play it for me? Because that's how I feel about the people who want a running back at number 3 overall.
Wrong.
Yeah, it's just not a good
wrong.
Yeah, not a good take. Not good.
LaFleur.
Yeah, no, please. Well, Michael, don't do it. Do not draft a running back number 3 overall. You got to do something. When you draft or when you sign a tackle in free agency, I think it just opens up all the possibilities in the world for you to go best player available at 3. And I love when that is the place you can be in the draft.
And Jeremiah Love is not that answer.
He's a good player, but I would not have him as my best player available at number 3 overall. I think there's going to be a handful of good players for this team when they're on the clock. And it will help if they have solved the majority of their offensive line problems by the time they get there.
Correct.
So Braden Smith makes sense. We've mentioned John Simpson on the guard. We've mentioned Elijah Vera Tucker as a guard. You mentioned some guard options as well. Samalu, I believe, was the guard that you threw out there. So ways to improve. And now that we know what the cap is, $301.2 million, the Cardinals sit at $36.8 million in cap space right now, according to overthecap.com. There are some ways for them to create some more cap. Cutting Kyler Murray actually eats a little bit of their cap up to $2 million and some change, but they can do some basic restructures and free up a decent amount of money. I'll do the math again here. Just with some basic restructures of guys like Budda Baker and Josh Sweat, who you know are going to be on this roster. You restructure Dalvin Tomlinson. You cut James Conner, because I think that's a popular talking point. You can get to nearly $70 million in cap space pretty easily. That's enough for you to go out there and make this football team better. So it's there. The opportunity's there. And before you know it, Monday's going to be a week away from that becoming a reality. 480-864-1060, the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. One more before we are out of here for the weekend. Jim Rome is coming up next. We got all the stories we didn't get to here today. We got NASCAR picks to make as well. We'll do it all next. The lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Congratulations to the Seahawks, who dominated the Patriots 29-13. Although it's an interesting way to say dominating the Patriots, because it certainly felt that way. But it was one of those games where I kept thinking, is New England going to steal this? This great defensive performance by Seattle will be wasted by a couple of plays. But give credit to Seattle. They came up with big plays when they needed to.
Weekdays, 7 to 10 a.m. on KTUS AM 1060.
John Mellencamp. Dancing Words Tour, the greatest hits. August 9th. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. John Mellencamp. Part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
What would you do if you could multiply your cash? Would you multiply your vacations? Multiply your relaxation? Or multiply your celebrations? With multiplier scratchers from the Arizona Lottery, you can multiply all the good things like vacations, relaxation, and celebrations. Play multiplier scratchers for over $270 million in prizes and multiply your fun. Arizona Lottery. Love the play.
With a Global Credit Card, you earn reward points for every purchase. Use your rewards at checkout at many of your favorite stores, or use points instead of cash when you shop online. You can even use them to book a flight up to 3 days in advance. New York, Vegas, Albuquerque. From groceries to getaways, redeem your way. Apply for your Global Credit Card now at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
Have you tried my Colombian tamales?
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are way better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt, tamales deserve Pepsi. No matter what tamales you love, enter for a chance to win a year's worth of groceries. Powered by Pepsi. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 or over. Ends April 5th, 2026. Rules at PepsiPromo.com/free groceries. Pepsi is a registered trademark of PepsiCo.
ASU women's basketball continues right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Lady Sun Devils this Sunday as they take on Texas Tech for their final game of the regular season. Head coach Molly Miller and her team have fought hard all season long and are ready to cap things off with a win. Join Jeff Bond on the call live. It's ASU versus Texas Tech this Sunday. Pregame at 12:30 p.m. and tip-off at 1 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
All right, let's go through the events of the weekend. Then we'll make NASCAR picks and we'll get to the leftovers. Tomorrow, 9:45 pregame, 10 o'clock first pitch, ASU baseball, who I believe is trailing right now in the 9th. They'll take on Tennessee. You can listen to that over on KAZG 1440 or on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. NAU men's basketball, they're at Eastern Washington. That's a 1:30 pregame, a 2 o'clock tip. You can listen to that right here on KDUS AM 1060. And then the trifecta on Sunday. How about this? ASU women's basketball at Texas Tech. You can listen to that right here. 12:30 pregame, 1 o'clock tip, KDUS AM 1060, and in the free KDUS AM 1060 app. NASCAR at the Circuit of the Americas, I believe, this weekend. That's a 12:30 race start. You can listen to that over on KAZG 1440 or in the KDUS AM 1060 app. And then ASU baseball, a little nightcap, 5:15 pregame, a 5:30 first pitch against Texas A&M right here on KDUS AM 1060. So NASCAR picks?
Yeah, do you want to lead?
Well, John's got Kyle Busch. And then he gave me a dark horse and then, Elliott in the top 5. I just want to pick. I don't want you to name 17 guys that you like.
Yeah, that's not going to be me.
That's not the spirit of what we're doing. So we got John down for Kyle Busch. Has either one of us been close?
No.
We should really start keeping track of this. I'm going to write this down. Chris, Evan, I'll get John in there. Anyone else who wants to participate, you can participate as well.
What is this one called?
Circuit of the Americas.
Circuit of the Americas. Okay. You want to go first?
Do I want to go first?
Yeah.
I would love to go first. I'll take Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace.
Now, let me explain why I like Bubba Wallace this week. We're second in points, okay? 2 stars, 2 top 10 so far, right? We've led the most laps out of anybody in the Cup Series right now. Okay? Second most stage points. I mean, we're just hovering around a victory. We've got 2 top 10s. We don't have any top 5s. We've led the most laps by a considerable margin. This is the week where that pays off. We get a nice victory. I got Bubba Wallace.
Okay.
Oh, Evan, you had Reddick last week. What are you talking about? Celebration. Tyler Reddick is 2 for 2, 2 stars, 2 wins. You had your guy last week.
That's right. Because I liked Josh Reddick.
That's right. That's right. It was the worst logic ever to get to the correct pick. So John's got Kyle Busch. I got Bubba Wallace. Are you just going to ride the hot hand? Tyler Reddick, baby? Keep it going?
I got another one for you. A little bit of a long shot. I like Ty Gibbs.
So you looked up the odds.
Plus 3,500. Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs currently 33rd in the standings.
Yeah.
So that's who you want this week.
Jameer Gibbs is fast.
Okay,
Ty Gibbs is fast.
Listen, you don't get better NASCAR analysis than from producer Evan.
I gotta
when we make picks.
I'm getting laughed at. I have a winner.
It's true. It's true. Listen, you're 100% correct. You have a winner. I don't. I'm hoping to get one this weekend. So that gets underway this weekend here on KDUS. KZG 1440. You can listen to it on the free KDUS AM 1060 app. All right, what do we have in the leftovers today?
I was really upset today. I wanted to bring this to your attention.
Oh, my father-in-law is making a selection.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's got Shane Van Ginsburg.
That guy, he's the favorite, I think.
Okay.
Shane, you can get him at plus 115.
Yeah,
he's a heavy favorite.
According to my father-in-law, he's won 5 road courses in a row.
Oh, this guy's a beast.
So
I didn't know that.
Wish I had that intel.
I'm surprised you didn't take Christopher Bell.
Because we share a first name?
Yes.
Again, that's you. I'll leave that logic to you. I went with the more analytical approach of dude that's dominating but doesn't have the win yet. That's what I'll go with.
Then I went with Gibbs.
You went with Gibbs, and then John's got Kyle Busch. All right, leftovers. What do we got here today?
Did you see Tetsuya Amai got hit with a comebacker in his first spring training?
No, I didn't see it because none of us could see it. It wasn't on television yesterday.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What a shame to the baseball world. Nolan McLean, Tetsuya Amai, spring training start, not on television. Who signed off on that?
He's upset.
I just wanted to watch 2 great pitchers in the sport make their first starts of spring. Didn't get a chance to do that.
Speaking of 2 good pitchers making their first starts, your boy Freddie Peralta now going to take the mound today.
Yeah, he was named the opening day starter, and he pitched already today. 9 up, 9 down. Perfect 3 innings.
Oh, he did pitch already? How did he win well?
9 up, 9 down. 3 perfect innings.
That's good.
For Frederick.
As I was saying before, I was upset this morning when I went over to BleacherReport.com. Latest spring training rumors. They have an article.
Okay.
Guess what it's really called?
Oh, no.
You click the story. Buying or selling MLB's 26 spring training camp buzz.
Whoa.
Ridiculous.
Whoa. That's copyright infringement.
Copyright infringement. So I'm going to give them to you.
You know what?
We are same. Same, but different. But still same.
That's us in Bleacher Report.
So you know what? I'm going to give you their buy or sells.
Okay,
here.
all right. A little impromptu double shot of buy or sell today on the program. Hold on. Let me help you out here. Here we go. We got 3 minutes to go. A little impromptu buy or sell.
Will the A's extend Kurtz?
Buy.
Will Connor Griffin make the Pirates opening day roster?
Buy. This is fun. We're just flying through these.
Will Kevin McGonigal make the Tigers opening day roster?
Sell.
He did. Anybody playing in fall league this year probably doesn't make it.
Sell.
Have and will the Dodgers solved Roki Sasaki?
Buy.
They have?
Yes.
Sell that. Will Mike Trout survive in center field? This feels like a messed up one.
Sell.
Do the Braves need to sign a starting pitcher?
Buy.
Will Giancarlo Stanton play a full season for the Yankees?
Sell.
Will Juan Soto have an MVP season for the Mets? Bye. Everybody knew he was going to buy that. Most confident buy here on the list.
So far, yes.
That's it?
That's all you have for me?
Yeah, that's it. There was only 8.
Oh, I thought we were getting 30 of these. I was ready to go. I was going to bleed right into Rome.
Also, Bleacher Report ranked the 25 best quarterbacks in college.
Okay.
I'm going to control F.
Control F, Sam Levitt.
Cutter Bowley not on here.
Cutter Bowley.
Sam Levitt.
Yeah, that was according to code the lightning round of buy or sell. That was quick. That's the quickest buy or sell we've had in a long time.
Sam Levitt, number 5. Number 4 is Mensa. Number 3, Dante Moore. Number 2, Trinidad Chambliss, who after 9 appeals is back. And number 1 is Julian Sayin.
It's a good quarterback class next year.
And number 6 is actually, again, I don't know how he's not number 1 pick is number 6 on this list.
Fernando Mendoza?
No.
Arch Manning. See, I told you, man. You're just wrong about Arch.
I listen, I'm telling you, I'm not wrong about Arch.
Okay.
I've been wrong about other things. I've never been so confident in second most confident I've ever been in a quarterback coming out.
The first being
Joe Burrow.
All right. I mean,
and that one, look at that. Clearly, I'm a quarterback whisperer.
I mean, you picked a guy that won a national championship and had an all-time great season.
Yeah, but one season, really.
I know, but you didn't go out on a limb.
Yes, I went out on a complete limb.
You didn't predict Russell Wilson.
I did love Josh in the draft.
You did. You and I are both Cam Ward guys.
We're both Cam Ward.
The jury's still out on that.
Jury's still out on that.
We didn't love the returns in year 1, but that roster was awful. So I'm gonna hold judgment for another year.
I told everybody Sam Levitt was gonna be good.
Okay.
People now think he's good.
I'm not sold on Arch. I'm on record thinking he's not going to be the number 1 overall pick next year.
Yeah, no. I want to be very clear. We should put 9 points on that.
I've already got 6 points on Alec Thomas hitting, 300 for the first couple months of the year. So
good luck with that.
I'm just going to hold off on wagering more of my points, or else I'm going to have, eating 600 wings next offseason or whatever it's going to end up being. It's going to do it for us here. Another week in the books. Jim Rome, he's coming up next. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Everybody, have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. See ya!